Good evening. Welcome to what we're making out as our 34th annual banquet. Would now like to introduce one of our seniors with the invocation, Miss Maddie Burgess.
Thank you. Please join me in a moment of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us to still have this banquet and the hunt, and just keep everybody safe this weekend, let no mishaps happen, and have everybody have a safe trip home, let the hunters have a good time. In your name we pray, amen.
And now for our formal welcome, our president, Mr. Jake Newberry.
Welcome to this year's virtual Outdoorsmen banquet. I know it's a little different, but we'll make it work. As a senior, I'm realizing that this is my last for a lot of things, and this is one of the biggest. First, I'd like to thank all the volunteers for making this possible. I know Mr. Stample has had a stressful time making this year's hunt happen. And the hunters, thank you for coming out every year. If you guys didn't come out, then this wouldn't be possible. Freshmen, time really does fly. I remember catching the hats not too long ago. Soak up every minute of it, and enjoy the rest of the banquet. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce our class of 21 outdoorsmen, our seniors, in alphabetical order. Miss Autumn Baxter. Miss Maddie Burgess. Miss Audrey Gully. Mr. Seth Louts. Mr. Zach Scrapp. Mr. Zach Stanley. And Mr. Hunter Todd. Our senior officers this year, our Outdoorsman Club treasurer, Miss Anna Kistner. Our secretary, Miss Chloe Raglin. Our vice president, Mr. Tyler Hacker. And again, our president, Mr. Jake Newberry. A round of applause for our seniors. Thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. Not a lot of fluff this year because we don't have all of you in front of us. So we'll go right to introducing our rookies. I'll let them get organized for a second. Those who've been to the banquet before, you know there's a customary hat toss. So as I call them out, they will begin coming in from my right, your left. They'll catch their hat off stage, off camera, present themselves in front of the camera, and then move across. Our sophomore this year, Mr. Sawyer Coffey. Miss Alexandria Eckel-Myers. They were very nervous about the hat. Mr. Kendall Irwin. Mr. Nate Ham. Mr. Jay Hicks. Miss Lorraine Kelly. Miss Harley Ketterman. Mr. Logan Kirk could not be with us this evening. Mr. Caleb Lewis. Mr. Wyatt Laus. Mr. Wesley Loban could not be with us this evening. Mr. Colt Packer. Miss Andrea Prophet. Mr. Jonah Ruffino. Mr. Luke Theory. And last but not least, Ms. Olivia Tipton.
This is so
Now for our group Outdoorsman Pledge. Our rookies will recite it. Our secretary will lead them, Ms. Chloe Ragland.
I'll start. You guys say with me. I pledge my life as an outdoorsman to save and faithfully defend the natural resources of my America, its air, soil, minerals, its forests, water, and wildlife.
As you guys know, we say this pledge every year. The kids have to recite it to join the club, and I ask them to not only learn it, but to live it, make it part of their life. We only have one outdoors, and we ask you to take care of it, and you too can be part of that. Moving on with our abbreviated program, I would like to, this time, take a moment to welcome our new hunters this year. Hopefully you guys are able to watch and hear yourself announced. We have several new ones this year. Mr. John Boone, Mr. Roy Carey, Mr. Richard Hawksworth, Mr. Darrell Nelson, Mr. Richard Sweeney, Mr. David Teese, and Mr. Vernon Tittle. We congratulate you guys, and we have hats for you, and you will get them tomorrow morning. We always go through a short hunter safety, just for the hunters that are listening. Remember guys, safety is priority number one. We don't have accidents at our hunt. We never have, and we don't intend on starting, so please be very, very careful with your guns anytime the students are around you. Shooting hours this year will be 6:16 a.m. till 4:42 p.m. We realize that is a half hour early from the Illinois standard, but we want to quit at sunset at 4:42 to maintain our safety as people come in to assist you out of your blinds. In speaking with that, I want to say a very big thank you to our Corps of Engineers. Once again, 41 years we've been doing this hunt in conjunction with the Red Lake Corps of Engineers. It's on their property, and without them, this just simply wouldn't happen. But it was the brainchild of the late Dale Miller, one of our Corps Rangers, many years ago, and I truly believe that this has prompted many more disabled hunts across the nation, let alone in the state. Next in our program is our Big Buck Award. Every year we have a little competition, and we go strictly on live weight. So when our hunters shoot a deer, we bring it back to deer camp, we hang it on the hoist, and the largest weight wins. If you guys remember, last year was the Val Challenge. It was our 3 Val hunters, son Gregory, father Greg, and grandfather Tony. And Gregory shot the first big buck, and it weighed in, I think, 196 pounds. And he led for, I think, most of Friday and all of Saturday. And then his grandfather chimed in with one about a pound more, and he took the title for the remainder of Saturday into, I believe, Sunday morning. And then Greg, the father of Gregory, came in with our big buck. He killed that down in South Sandusky in line number 19. He was a 12-pointer weighing in at 206 pounds, and we've got a nice plaque to give him tomorrow. Thank you guys very much, and congratulations, Greg. In staying kind of with our banquet theme, I'm going to now call up some of the award winners. I'm going to explain what the awards are, and just realize that the nature of things, your award will be coming to you at a different time. Our first award to give out is the Danny Page Memorial Crossbow. This is given to an individual who loves the outdoors, is very hardworking, is a strong leader, a strong work ethic, community-minded, and places family and friends above self. This has a lot of input from not only the Page family, who donates the crossbow, also from Mr. Dillner and myself, and we do take into account some ideas that come from their fellow seniors. This year's award winner, and when I call your name, please come up and accept my congratulations. Our Danny Page Memorial Crossbow winner this year is Mr. Tyler Hacker.
Take your picture.
More pictures.
Yeah.
One of our long-standing awards has been the Brandon Day Memorial Gun. For those that may remember, this gun was donated originally by Tiny Spatansky and Man's Sporting Goods in Peteville, Illinois. Upon Tiny's passing, very untimely, the Spatansky family has chose to continue the honor in donating the gun. And this gun goes to someone who emulates who Brandon was when he was a member. He goes to an individual who demonstrates great dedication to the Outdoorsman Club and outdoors in general, is willing to help others, who is willing to laugh at their own mistakes. They always choose right over wrong, and they greatly love the outdoors. This is one of the two awards that the seniors vote on themselves, so it is their award to their fellow outdoorsmen. And this year's recipient of the Brandon Day Memorial Gun, Miss Anna Kistner. And our next presentation is the Stormy Knife presentation. Just a little background again, because I know that this may be seen on video by people who aren't accustomed to what the award stands for. Stormy was one of our young outdoorsmen. She was very ill and had some things going on with her, and ended up taking her life. But while she was an outdoorsman, she was very ill during the deer hunt. But Miss Barbara Smith, our first female hunter, was the first female hunter that hunted with us, but also the first one to harvest the deer, and Stormy was her partner. And when she killed her deer and it came time to field dress it, Stormy left her home and came out to deer camp even though she was severely ill, and wanted to make sure that she was the one who performed the field dressing of Barb's deer. And it was an honor that after she passed, her doctor in Louisville asked if we couldn't do something to honor her. And it has come to be represented by an outdoorsman who has a never quit attitude, always goes above and beyond, doing what is asked, always brings it all, gives it all at every event, no matter what. This year's senior recipient, again voted on by her peers, is Ms. Audrey Gully. Normally about this time we would do our slideshow. Again, with certain circumstances that's not possible. But following our slideshow is our normal time of moment of silence for our fallen friends. This year is rather poignant to me on how quick something could happen. One of our new hunters, I talked to him on a Tuesday and talked about the hunt and what was coming up. And his wife called the court on Friday and he had passed away. And that really struck me, as the man was full of life, full of energy. I'd never met him. But just talking to him on the phone uplifted me, and then to realize that in just a couple days, time is taken away from us. So at this time, we will have a moment of silence for not only Michael, but all of our other fallen friends and family, and anyone else that has been involved with the club that isn't with us again this year. Thank you all. Again, abbreviating our schedule because we don't have the ability to do our games and things that we'd normally be doing right now. We'll move on to our last several awards. Several years ago, we began what is known as the Bill and Jean Murray Volunteer Award. This award is selected by the Scholarship Committee in conjunction with them, with Mr. Dillner and my input. This goes to someone who loves and deeply enjoys the outdoors, gives himself to assist others in all outdoor opportunities, just like Bill and Jean did for so many years. Many of you may not know, but Bill and Jean provided the Saturday lunch at deer camp for almost 30 years. And their family has taken over since their passing, and since then we have decided to come up with this award. This year's Bill and Jean Murray Memorial Award goes to Mr. Tyler Haggard. We have several scholarships to give away at this time, and these are $500 scholarships. The first ones we'll give away are the Bobby Joe Memorial Scholarship. Again, one of our former outdoorsmen that was taken away from us way too early in life. She was one who was, again, dedicated to the Outdoorsman Club, dedicated to the outdoors, and I think I heard it the other day in our scholarship meeting that she was the type of person who would dive in head first and didn't worry about being prissy or being clean. She didn't care how dirty she got. She was all about making sure that someone else had an opportunity in the outdoors. We give an award to both male and female. And this year's Bobby Joe Furlow Memorial Scholarship Award to our male recipient worth $500 is Mr. Seth Lattis. Our female recipient of the Bobby Joe Furlow Memorial Scholarship Award in the amount of $500 is Miss Anna Kistner. Next will be our Ann Prescott Memorial Award. Ann was the mother of one of our hunters, Bob Prescott. And she was at a lot of our events. I think she's been gone long enough that most of these guys don't remember her. But especially at the Shooting Classic, she was always there assisting in any way. Bob was always volunteered to help at the Shooting Classic. And Bob decided that he would like to create a scholarship to honor the kids for their hard work and to remember his mother. Our scholarship reads, for outstanding dedication to outdoorsman ideology. These are kids that embody what it means to wear the orange. For the Ann Prescott Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, our first one is awarded to Miss Audrey Go. And some time back, we decided to give 2 of these scholarships with Bob's approval, and our second Ann Prescott Memorial Scholarship Award in the amount of $500 goes to Miss Maddie Burgess. Before we get to a couple of our final drawings, I want to acknowledge that this has moved very quickly because we don't have all the games and the shenanigans going on that we normally do in a normal event. I hate it that we can't do that, but it's in order to have the banquet, this is the way it needed to be. Several of our friends and family have asked about donating to the club. This is something I'm reluctant to talk about out loud, but because I was asked, I will. If you would like to donate to the club, because you know that our banquet is normally our big fundraiser, and we're really not doing any of our fundraising except the raffle for our Browning gun this year. But if you would like to make a donation, it can be simply sent to the Outdoorsmen Club here at the school at 4626 State Highway 154, Sesser, Illinois 62884. Again, just as you feel led. And we thank you very much for offering that. Every year, one of the requirements preceding our banquet is for our outdoorsmen to sell raffle tickets for our big gun. This year we're giving away a Browning Silver. And their requirement is to sell 5 tickets. If they sell beyond 5 tickets, then every ticket they sell beyond, their name goes in the hat. This time it's in a Folgers bucket to draw out, and I'm offering them a gun. This year's gun is a muzzle loader, and I hope that the last time we gave a muzzle loader away, it caused a great relationship between a granddaughter and a grandfather. They went out and she was taught by her grandfather how to shoot the gun and how to take care of a muzzle loader versus a shotgun or anything else. So I'm hoping that this year's recipient has that same type of relationship with a loved one and learning how to shoot it. There's several hundred names in here, and the kids went above and beyond this year, and I really appreciate it. Thank you all very much for all the sales that you did. Tyler, Vice President, would you like to come up and draw a name? We'll make sure to mix them up really well. Reach up there and grab one. And our winner this year of the Outdoorsman gun is one of our seniors, Miss Maddie Burgess. Again, we don't have anything here to give her, but we'll get you to it. Thank you. And then finally, as we do our normal banquet, just before we do our closing prayer, we'll do our drawing for our Browning Silver. As you can see in the tumbler to my left, it's quite full of all the tickets. We'll roll that around a little bit, and I'll have our president, Mr. Jake Stevie, years ago, Jake Newberry, come up and draw out a winner. Winner of our Browning Silver, or if they choose $1,000 in cash, is Shannon McKee. And Brooklyn wrote on the back of the tickets, so Brooklyn will also win a prize. Congratulations, Shannon. Round of applause. Shannon, if you watch this after a while, I will be getting a hold of you and telling you how to take possession of your gun and check with them. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. That's an odd thing to say, but we appreciate all your support, and we'll close this evening with our prayer for hunter safety in closing from Miss Anna Kisser.
If everyone would please take a minute to bow your head and pray. I'd like to pray for safety, that everyone stays safe this whole weekend, and that the hunters have a really good time, and that as they're traveling to and from the blinds, to and from their homes, and wherever they might be staying, that they just stay safe, and I hope everyone has a good weekend and kills a big buck. Thank you.